Time is the one asset that every man and woman possesses in equal measure at the start of each day. The richest man on Wall Street, the farmer in the field, the student in the classroom, and the laborer at the forge are all given the same 24 hours with which to build their dreams or squander their hopes. It is not the amount of time that separates the triumphant from the defeated. It is the way time is employed that draws the line between success and failure, greatness and mediocrity, achievement and regret. Every second that ticks away is either a building block or a stumbling stone, depending on how it is used. The individual learns to master his time, to command it, to treat it as his most precious servant, rather than his cruel master, holds in his hands the keys to every treasure the world has to offer. You must become the ruler of your own time, not its slave. You must sit firmly upon the throne of your day and direct every minute with the authority of a king who knows that the future of his kingdom depends on the decisions he makes now. There are those who live as if time were infinite, as if tomorrow were a guaranteed possession. They squander their minutes on idle talk, empty distractions, petty grievances, and worthless pursuits. They forget that time, once lost, can never be regained. They forget that opportunity is a visitor who rarely calls twice and often appears disguised as hard work. These are the ones who, at the end of their journey, look back with bitter regret, wishing they could reclaim a single day, a single hour, a single moment they wasted so thoughtlessly. The man who uses time like a boss understands that every morning is a new beginning, every hour a fresh opportunity, every minute a seed from which success or failure will grow. He does not wait for ideal circumstances, nor does he complain about the lack of time. He recognizes that it is not more hours he needs, but better use of the hours he already has. He plans his days with intention. He moves through his schedule with precision. He guards his time jealously, knowing that each moment that slips away unused is a treasure forever lost. The greatest fortunes ever amassed, the most brilliant inventions ever created, the most enduring legacies ever left, were all built one moment at a time. There are no shortcuts, no secret formulas, no magic tricks. Success is a result of focused energy, disciplined habits, and wise use of time. It is the harvest of seeds planted diligently day after day, watered by effort, nurtured by perseverance. A man becomes a master of time not by rushing frantically from task to task, but by setting clear priorities and giving his full energy to the things that matter most. He is not distracted by every fleeting impulse or passing desire. He has trained his mind to focus. He has trained his emotions to serve his purpose rather than derail it. He has learned to say no to the trivial so he can say yes to the essential. When you begin to view time as your most valuable currency, you will stop spending it on things that do not enrich your life or bring you closer to your dreams. You will stop allowing others to rob you of your minutes with their endless demands and trivial complaints. You will begin to invest your time wisely, seeking the highest return possible. You will read books that sharpen your mind, pursue activities that strengthen your body, build relationships that lift your spirit, and work on projects that build your future. The man who uses time like a boss understands the value of planning. He does not drift aimlessly through his days, hoping to stumble upon success by accident. He creates a vision for his life. He sets goals that stretch him and inspire him. He breaks those goals into daily actions, and he commits to executing them with relentless focus. He knows that dreams without plans are wishes, and wishes are the currency of the idle and the defeated. Every evening he reviews his day, not with a spirit of condemnation, but with a spirit of learning. He asks himself, did I use my time wisely today? Did I move closer to my goals? Did I spend my energy on things that matter, or did I waste precious minutes on distractions and excuses? If he finds that he has fallen short, he does not despair. He adjusts his plan, strengthens his resolve, and approaches the next day with even greater determination. Discipline is the bridge between the life you desire and the life you live. It is the force that empowers you to control your time instead of being controlled by it. It is the habit of doing what must be done when it must be done, whether you feel like it or not. The disciplined man understands that motivation is fleeting, but commitment endures. He knows that the price of freedom, success, and fulfillment is paid in the currency of disciplined, focused time. Procrastination is the thief of time and the enemy of all achievement. It whispers lies in your ear, promising that tomorrow will be better, that you will have more energy, more clarity, more courage later. It blinds you to the truth that tomorrow is not guaranteed, and that the seeds of greatness must be planted today. The man who uses time like a boss refuses to entertain the lies of procrastination. He acts now, knowing that action breeds momentum, and momentum breeds success. The successful man treats every moment as an opportunity. He understands that small actions, repeated consistently over time, create massive results. He knows that greatness is not the result of a single grand gesture, but of many small victories won in the quiet places where no one is watching. He knows that the discipline of today builds the destiny of tomorrow. To use time like a boss, you must become a builder. You must see each minute as a brick, each hour as a wall, each day as a floor, and each week as a structure rising toward the sky. You must build intentionally, carefully, and consistently. You must reject the temptation to tear down your own progress through laziness, distraction, and fear. Fear is a ruthless thief of time. It paralyzes the mind and shackles the spirit. It causes men to hesitate, to doubt, to delay. It convinces them that failure is worse than trying, that rejection is worse than regret. The man who uses time like a boss understands that fear is an illusion, a shadow that disappears when confronted with action. He moves forward in spite of fear, knowing that courage is not the absence of fear, but the conquest of it. Success demands urgency. It demands that you act while the opportunity is fresh, while the passion is burning, while the vision is clear. Waiting for the perfect moment is a fool's game, for perfect moments do not exist. The man who masters time understands that today is the perfect day to begin. Now is the perfect time to act. This moment, imperfect as it may be, holds within it the seed of all future greatness. Energy is the fuel with which time is converted into achievement. Protect your energy as fiercely as you protect your time. Feed your body with nutritious foods, exercise to strengthen your vitality, rest to renew your spirit. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, not those who drain you. Fill your mind with empowering thoughts, not the toxic whispers of doubt and defeat. When your energy is high and your mind is clear, you will find it far easier to use your time like a boss. Decisiveness is another trait of those who master time. Indecision is a sinkhole where minutes, hours, and days are lost forever. Learn to make decisions quickly based on the best information available and move forward without second-guessing yourself. Every decision is a step forward, even if it leads to a lesson learned through failure. Hesitation and doubt are the tools of defeat. Boldness and action are the tools of victory. Focus is your greatest weapon in the battle to master time. In a world filled with noise, distraction, and endless demands for your attention, the ability to focus deeply on a single task is a superpower. Train yourself to eliminate distractions, turn off notifications, say no to interruptions. Create sacred spaces and sacred times for your most important work. Immerse yourself fully in the task at hand, and you will accomplish more in an hour than most accomplish in a day. Persistence transforms time into triumph. It is the refusal to give up when the work is hard, the path is long, and the results are slow in coming. It is the unyielding commitment to continue, to adapt, to grow, and to press forward no matter the obstacles. Every master of time has been a master of persistence. They have endured the seasons of toil and obscurity, knowing that the harvest would come if they did not faint. Success leaves clues, and one of the clearest clues is how the successful use their time. Study the habits of the great. Observe how they structure their days, how they protect their mornings, how they prioritize their goals. You will find that they do not waste time on gossip, on negativity, on envy, or on meaningless pursuits. They are builders, creators, doers. They understand that each day is a building block, and they do not squander even one. If you would rise to greatness, you must become ruthlessly committed to mastering your time. You must live with intention, with purpose, with vision. You must refuse to be pulled in 1,000 directions by the trivial and the urgent. You must anchor yourself to your deepest values and highest goals. Every decision must be weighed against your ultimate vision. Every action must be judged by whether it brings you closer to or farther from your dreams. The tragedy of most lives is not that they lack potential, but that they mismanage their time. Talent may be a gift, but time management is a decision. Every man is born with the ability to choose how he will invest each moment, and the man who wastes his time will eventually discover that no amount of talent can rescue a future that has been sacrificed on the altar of procrastination. There is no power greater than compound time. Just as compound interest grows wealth beyond measure, so too does calm discipline create a life of extraordinary results. A man who devotes one focused hour each day to his craft, his dream, or his personal development will, over time, tower above others who live by distraction and reaction. The world sees the result and calls it genius, but the truth is this: it was not genius. It was time mastered and multiplied, one disciplined hour at a time. Every wasted hour is a lost opportunity to build the life you were meant to live. The man who treats his time with contempt soon finds that life treats him with the same. But the one who honors each moment as sacred, the one who rises early and plans carefully, who says no to the meaningless so he can say yes to the meaningful, becomes unstoppable. Excuses are thieves dressed in fine words. I don't have enough time is the lie of those who have surrendered their power. Time is not something you find, it is something you create. It bends to the will of the focused. It bows to the mind of the organized. The one who controls his time controls his destiny. No man can own another's time, but every man must answer for his own. There are those who say they are too tired to chase their dreams, too busy to improve their lives, too overwhelmed to take one step toward their goals. But the truth is this: their priorities are misaligned. The man who says he is too tired to build his dream will find himself forced to spend his time building someone else's. The one who delays his purpose will wake up one day realizing that while he waited, his chance was taken by someone who didn't. To use time like a boss is to approach your life with precision and clarity. Begin your day with vision. Know exactly what matters most. Do not start your day by reacting to the world. Start your day by declaring your intention to the world. What you do in the first hour of your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. Waste your morning and you chase the day. Master your morning and the day becomes your servant. Do not confuse motion with progress. A man can be busy from dawn till midnight and accomplish nothing. It is not how many things you do that matters, it is how many right things you do. The man who learns to prioritize, to focus, to do fewer things with more excellence will outpace the frantic and the scattered every time. Being busy is not a badge of honor, it is often a sign of disorganization. The master of time is not frantic. He is calm, deliberate, and intentional. Time once spent never returns, but time when invested wisely multiplies itself. 1 hour spent reading a powerful book can shift the course of a year. 1 hour spent with a mentor can use 10 years of struggle. One focused day of execution can unlock doors that have been closed for decades. That is the power of strategic time. You must eliminate from your life all that is non-essential. Not everything deserves your time. Not every invitation must be accepted. Not every problem is your problem. The man who uses time like a boss understands the priceless nature of his minutes and refuses to waste them trying to please everyone, fix everything, or chase every passing thought. He operates from purpose, not pressure. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. Every ping, every buzz, every unnecessary conversation, every wasted scroll steals or fragments your energy and robs you of momentum. Success requires deep work, long, uninterrupted blocks of concentrated effort. To reach the top of any field, you must go where the average never dares to go, into the solitude of undistracted time. Greatness is forged in silence. If you desire a life that rises above the ordinary, you must schedule the extraordinary. Put it on your calendar. Guard it with your life. Your goals must live in your daily schedule, or they are simply fantasies. Talk without time is noise. A plan without execution is a lie. You must translate desire into action, and action into habit, and habit into legacy. The enemy of mastery is not failure, it is inconsistency. The one who works only when he feels like it will never rise above mediocrity. But the man who trains his mind to execute regardless of emotion, who works when it's hard, who moves forward when it's inconvenient, builds an inner strength that nothing can shake. Consistency is not glamorous, but it is always victorious. Every minute of planning saves you hours of execution. The man who begins his day with a plan multiplies his power. The one who stumbles into the day unprepared finds himself a servant to others' agendas. Do not live by default. Live by design. Map your day the night before. Visualize your victories. Step into your day as a commander steps onto a battlefield with clarity, intention, and purpose. There is a silent killer of time, and it is perfectionism. The belief that everything must be flawless before it can begin is the lie that stalls progress and kills momentum. The man who waits for perfect conditions never starts. The boss of time understands that progress is more powerful than perfection. He launches, he adapts, he iterates. He knows that version 1 is better than version none. Your calendar is a mirror of your priorities. What you schedule is what you value. If your time is dominated by distractions, then your life will be filled with disappointment. But if your calendar is filled with focused action, learning, growth, and contribution, then your life will be rich in results. Audit your time ruthlessly. Ask yourself daily, is this moving me forward or holding me back? You must learn to be ruthless with your yes. Every time you say yes to one thing, you are saying no to something else. The man who says yes too often becomes a slave to the demands of others. The man who masters time chooses his yes with wisdom. He reserves his energy for what matters most. He protects his time with courage, even if it means disappointing others. He understands that pleasing everyone is the fast lane to wasted life. Do not fear structure, embrace it. Structure is freedom. A plan gives you power. Deadlines create momentum. Routines eliminate wasted time. The man who builds systems around his life builds a fortress against failure. Chaos consumes the undisciplined, but the one who builds habits, systems, and rituals becomes a machine of consistent execution. If you find yourself saying, "I don't have time," change your words. Say instead, "It's not a priority," and see how it feels. Say, "I don't have time to exercise," and hear yourself say, "My health is not a priority." Say, "I don't have time to read," and realize you are saying, "My growth is not a priority." The words may sting, but they reveal the truth. You have time. What you need is alignment. The cost of lost time is not measured in hours, but in potential. The opportunity you missed today may not come again. The idea you delayed may be realized by someone else. The business you didn't start may be the one you were born to lead. The person you didn't call may never be reachable again. Life is a river that moves forward relentlessly, and it waits for no one. The man who owns his time owns his future. He wakes with purpose. He moves with precision. He rests without guilt because he has earned it. He builds habits of power, eliminates what no longer serves him, and pursues the highest use of his minutes with relentless discipline. He is a builder of days, a master of moments, a general of his own destiny. Your time is your life translated into hours. When you waste time, you waste life. When you manage time, you master life. It is the one resource that no man can buy more of, no matter how much money he has, no matter how loud he shouts, no matter how desperately he begs. Time is deaf to excuses and blind to complaints. It moves forward with or without your permission. When you rise in the morning, you are given a priceless gift, a full account of 24 hours. That account must be spent. You can invest it in your goals, your growth, your mission, or you can waste it on distractions, on habits that drain you, on people who pull you backwards. But you cannot save it. You cannot pause it. Every tick of the clock is a decision made, a direction chosen, a destiny written. You must not merely manage time, you must dominate it. Managing time is not enough. A manager maintains. A boss commands. A time boss wakes up with intention. He doesn't drift through the day hoping for success, he constructs it with force. He doesn't wait for the right mood, he initiates the right moves. He sets goals with timelines, not wishes without plans. Do not measure your life by years measured by what you do with your hours. A man who lives with full intention for one focused year will outgrow a man who coasts for a decade. Time bends to discipline. It expands for the focused and collapses for the distracted. It rewards the obsessed and punishes the indifferent. Every choice compounds. Every action multiplies. You are never standing still. You are either building momentum or losing ground. To use time like a boss is to master the invisible architecture of achievement. You create blocks of focus. You schedule sacred time for thinking, for building, for reflecting, for planning. You use systems to protect your energy. You do not react, you initiate. You don't let the world fill your schedule. You fill it first with your mission, your priorities, your purpose. Everything else must earn its way in. There is no glory in being overwhelmed. Stop wearing burnout like a badge of honor. Overcommitment is not ambition, it's misalignment. A man who tries to be everywhere ends up going nowhere. You must eliminate ruthlessly, say no confidently, and focus deeply. You must protect your calendar like a fortress, because once your time is invaded, your power is compromised. Clarity is your weapon. The man who wakes up knowing exactly what must be done can move mountains before others finish their coffee. The confused man delays. The clear man executes. Confusion causes hesitation. Hesitation invites fear, and fear delays destiny. But clarity creates speed. Speed builds momentum, and momentum makes time your servant instead of your master. Most people underestimate how much they can do in a year of daily focus, and they overestimate what they can do in a scattered week. They rush through tasks that don't matter and delay the ones that do. But the man who understands leverage knows how to identify high-impact actions. He knows that doing one powerful thing with full energy is worth more than 10 things done half-heartedly. Use your mornings to launch. Use your afternoons to execute. Use your evenings to learn. Let no part of the day go unused. There is a rhythm to productivity that the wise understand. There is a time to plan, a time to build, a time to reflect, a time to rest. And all are essential, but they must be intentional. Mindless rest is procrastination, but strategic rest, that is fuel. Energy without direction is wasted power. Discipline without purpose is empty effort. You must connect your daily actions to a vision so compelling that you are pulled forward by it. When your why is clear, the how becomes automatic. When the mission is strong enough, motivation becomes irrelevant. The man on fire with purpose never asks if he feels like working. He burns through obstacles with purpose. Time rewards those who serve it with respect. It honors those who align with its laws. You cannot cheat time. You cannot trick it, but you can partner with it. You can structure your day with intention. You can align your habits with your highest calling. You can use deadlines to ignite urgency. You can use rituals to bypass hesitation. You can turn your hours into stepping stones to greatness. The secret of successful men is not buried in mystery. It is buried in discipline. They wake early. They plan relentlessly. They guard their mornings. They batch their tasks. They schedule their thinking. They delegate the trivial. They automate the repetitive. They are ruthless with time thieves, and they show up every day whether the world claps or not. You must not allow temporary emotions to hijack permanent priorities. Feelings change, purpose does not. The clock keeps ticking whether you feel like working or not. Time does not pause when you're tired, sad, or uninspired. And so the man who learns to act beyond emotion, to work beyond comfort, to move even when others sleep, that man becomes unstoppable. You will never rise above the quality of your schedule. Show me how you spend your hours, and I will show you your future. If your time is invested in learning, creating, building, and connecting with greatness, then your life will follow suit. If your time is spent complaining, consuming, comparing, and drifting, then your life will reflect that mediocrity. You cannot escape your time patterns. They define you. The man who delays his purpose until he has more time is running from his potential. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a pause in life, a moment when the world stops just to let you begin. The right time is a myth. The only time is now. The only moment that matters is the one you're in. And the only power you have is the power to use it. You must view time as an investment portfolio. Every action is a deposit. Every distraction is a withdrawal. Every commitment is a contract. And just like with money, those who compound small, smart decisions over time become wealthy in results. Those who squander their time become bankrupt in fulfillment. The man who uses time like a boss is not interested in being busy. He is obsessed with being effective. He does not do more. He does what matters. He cuts the unnecessary. He simplifies the complex. He brings a laser to the fog of distraction. And when he works, he works. No split attention. No checking screens. No dipping into chaos. He is there fully, and the work bears his imprint. He knows the law of priority. He understands that all tasks are not created equal. One task done with full power can create more progress than 10 done with divided focus. He finds the few actions that move the needle, and he moves them every single day, even on the days he's tired, even on the days it's inconvenient. Because that's what separates the boss from the average. Let the world chase urgency, you chase importance. Let the masses be ruled by notifications, you rule by vision. Let others drown in tasks, you rise through focus. Time is not managed by clocks, it is commanded by commitment. And when a man becomes fiercely committed to his future, time begins to expand for him. Opportunities open. Resources arrive. Help appears. Because time honors those who honor it. You must stop living by the clock and start living by the compass. The clock tells you what time it is. The compass tells you where you're going. Most people obsess over how long something takes, but they never ask if what they're doing is even taking them anywhere. They check the time, but not the direction. They watch the minutes, but ignore the mission. There is no value in speed if you are running in the wrong direction. A fast-moving man on the wrong path is still lost. But a focused man on a worthy path, even if he moves slowly, will eventually arrive at greatness. What matters is that your actions are aligned with your purpose. What matters is that your time is poured into your calling, not spilled on distractions dressed as opportunities. Do not confuse movement with momentum. Anyone can be busy. Anyone can rush. But only the disciplined generate true forward force. Busyness is the illusion of productivity. It keeps people in motion but out of progress. They check things off a list, but the list leads nowhere. They respond to everything but accomplish nothing. The man who uses time like a boss eliminates this trap. He chooses impact over activity. He asks what creates results, not what fills the day. You must destroy the addiction to urgency. The inbox will scream. The notifications will demand. The world will knock loudly, begging for your attention. But you must guard your focus with the discipline of a warrior. Just because something is urgent doesn't mean it's important. The world is full of people who mistake noise for necessity. Don't join them. Rise above them. The most powerful use of time is not multitasking, it is single tasking. There is immense power in doing with all your strength, all your energy, all your mental fire. The focused mind is a force of nature. It can break through barriers, solve problems, and turn ideas into empires. But the distracted mind is weak, fragile, and reactive. It follows impulses instead of strategy. It wastes minutes, then hours, then decades. Success is not found in some magical morning. It is forged in the grind of daily habits. There is no overnight victory. There is only compounded discipline. The man who wins is the man who wins daily. Not once in a while, not when he feels like it. Every single day he shows up no matter what. Even when no one is watching, even when the results aren't immediate. Because he understands time pays dividends to the consistent, not the impulsive. You must build a routine that serves your future. Your habits must be designed with precision. Do not allow your days to be accidents. Design them, engineer them, make every hour carry your vision. From the moment you wake up to the moment your head hits the pillow, your time must be aimed at one thing, your mission. Remove what doesn't serve it. Silence what doesn't strengthen it. And yes, that means sacrifice. Real mastery of time requires real sacrifice. It means turning down parties. It means turning off distractions. It means missing trends, skipping gossip, and avoiding the herd. It means living with intention while others live with impulse. It means choosing long-term legacy over short-term comfort. But understand this. Sacrifice is not suffering. Sacrifice is strategy. You're not giving something up, you're trading something lesser for something greater. You're not losing freedom, you're building power. You're not missing out, you're leveling up. Every hour you spend building, growing, reading, thinking, trading, that is not just time spent. That is time invested. And every investment pays interest. Not just in money, but in power, in clarity, in results, in legacy. The man who uses time like a boss becomes wealthy in all areas, not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because time compounds, and so do the fruits of time used well. Remember this, every minute wasted now is a regret planted in the future. Every excuse you make today becomes a weakness tomorrow. But every disciplined hour you give to your goals now becomes a weapon of greatness later. Time doesn't just reveal your character, it builds it. It shows the world what you are willing to prioritize, what you are willing to fight for, and what you are willing to become. The man who fears time never starts. The man who respects time starts now. And the man who masters time keeps going day after day until the world cannot ignore his results. There will come a day when you will look back on your life, not in years, but in moments. Moments when you made the decision to rise. Moments when you ignored the noise. Moments when you silenced fear and moved with boldness. And you will not ask yourself how much time you had, you will ask yourself what you did with it. That is the only question that matters. Your time is your signature. Every day you sign your name across the hours you are given. What will those hours say about you? Will they speak of a man who drifted, who waited, who wished? Or will they shout about a man who moved, who built, who executed, who took command? The answer is not in what you say, it is in what you do with the next hour, the next choice, the next decision. This is not about squeezing more into your day. It is about extracting more from your life. It is about choosing what matters and discarding what doesn't. It is about taking your future so seriously that you refuse to negotiate with laziness, distraction, and mediocrity. It is about becoming so focused that your results begin to do the talking for you. Greatness does not arrive by accident. It is summoned by force, by decision, by action, by time owned and used with precision. You are not waiting on opportunity. Opportunity is waiting on you to be ready. And readiness is not a feeling, it is a pattern of discipline repeated daily until you become undeniable. People talk about motivation. Forget it. It is fleeting, emotional, unreliable. What matters is structure. What matters is systems. What matters is the way you control your time when no one is watching. That's where empires are built, in the hidden hours. In the early mornings, in the late nights, in the quiet corners where the world sleeps and you grind. When you commit to using time like a boss, you stop living by chance and start living by design. You realize the difference between motion and progress. You understand that every hour has weight. And that weight must be lifted with intention. If you let the world put weight on you, you'll be crushed. But if you put pressure on the hour, you will shape it to your will. You must learn to schedule your purpose before the world schedules your life. If your vision is not on your calendar, it does not exist. If your goals are not built into your routine, they are dreams, nothing more. You cannot rise to your potential with a scattered mind and a chaotic day. Discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. It frees you from regret. It frees you from wasted years. It frees you from the haunting question of what if. The man who uses time like a boss carries a mindset that the world cannot break. He does not look for time, he makes it. He does not beg for rest, he earns it. He does not react to life, he directs it. And he understands one eternal truth. That time is not something to survive, it is something to command. You do not need more hours, you need more clarity. You do not need more motivation. You need more structure. You do not need more luck, you need more precision. The man who wins is the man who decides to stop waiting and start working. The man who stops saying someday and starts declaring today. Whatever your calling is, whatever vision burns in your soul, you will need time to manifest it. Time you must fight for. Time you must guard. Time you must command like a general preparing for war. Because you are not fighting against the clock, you are fighting for the legacy your hours can build. And once you understand that, everything changes. You stop trying to manage time and you begin to master it. You stop serving the clock and you make the clock serve you. You stop wasting moments and you begin to multiply them. Because the boss of time is never late, never lost, never passive, never average. He is deliberate. He is dangerous. He is unstoppable. There is no secret waiting for you tomorrow that you do not already have in your hands today. Your power is not hidden in some distant future. It is locked inside the way you spend this very hour. Those who treat time casually are always surprised by failure. Those who treat time as a sacred force are always rewarded with success. The difference between the winners and the forgotten is not talent. It is not luck. It is not timing. It is what they did with the time they were given. You are not too late. You are not too early. You are exactly on time if you start now. Every excuse is a thief. Every hesitation is a robber. Every delay is a chain around your future. But every bold step forward, every focused hour, every day owned and commanded, is a key to freedom, a brick laid in the building of your destiny. You are not made to drift. You are made to drive. You are not made to survive. You are made to build, to conquer, to leave a mark so strong that time itself remembers your name. The man who uses time like a boss does not fear the ticking clock. He fuels it with fire. He understands that each tick is not a threat but a drumbeat, a rallying cry, a summons to rise higher, move faster, strike harder. The clock is not your enemy. The clock is your instrument. Time is not running out, it is calling you up. Every second is an invitation to dominate your purpose with greater clarity, greater force, greater urgency. Refuse to be a prisoner of wasted days. Refuse to leave your power in the hands of excuses. Refuse to let another sunrise slip away without demanding progress from yourself. The world makes room for the man who knows where he is going. The world steps aside for the man who moves with unstoppable conviction. The world admires, envies, fears, and eventually follows the man who has mastered the hour, the day, the year, and who stands taller because of it. You have one life, you have one shot, you have one time account, and it is already ticking. Use it like a boss. Command it, dominate it, multiply it. Shape it with your bare hands until it serves the empire you are destined to build.